Welcome to the channel. In this series, I'll be showing the highlights and challenges of experienced on a cross-country bike trip I took a couple months ago from North Carolina to Vancouver Island, British Columbia, with a few side trips along the way. Some of the destinations I wanted to take were cut out because of the extreme heat wave we're experiencing right now and the challenges that came along with that, such as wildfires in the west. So I left that out of there, and there's some other things that came across that were not part of my plan, such as I wouldn't call it breakdown, but repairs along the way and maintenance. So it took me a year to plan this particular trip, getting spares such as a clutch cable and USB charging system for the bike. So I didn't want to run out of, for example, phone power or whatever on the trip. So that can be embarrassing should something happen. So for day one was planned to go from North Carolina, home base, to Shelbyville, Kentucky. And without further ado, let's go. Starting off with a foggy morning, not a good start, but it could be worse. Leaving downtown Thomasville and in the historic district now. It's not a very big district, but they call it that. It's not a bad part of town. And heading north at this point in time towards Winston-Salem. Going to a scenic lookout to view Pilot Mountain. It's a popular spot around here. Of course, you can't see very well today because of the fog. recall the old Andy Griffith show, Mayberry was based off of Mount Airy, and that particular town has a lot of Andy Griffith show memorabilia. I believe there's even a museum there. When I reached this split in the road, I should have realized at that point in time something was not going right. It's heading me northeast rather than northwest, so I kept on going, but it did cause some issues. Not a good sign. The fog turned to rain, so hang on, it's going to get wet. Starting from Thomasville, heading west, going into Knoxville, then heading north through Lexington, and finally Shelbyville, Kentucky. Well, that was day one. It had its own challenges right out of the box. So we had the fog that turned into rain in the Virginia mountains. That was a little bit of a challenge, and I discovered my rain suit has a leak. But it cleared up in Tennessee and Kentucky, so that was good. The other thing that happened is I discovered that my GPS had taken me the long way around the route, and didn't know until the very last day that the cause of that was when I loaded the maps. Apparently, Western North Carolina didn't load correctly, so it took me around the areas it didn't know. So it added an extra actually an extra 100 miles to the day's trip. But anyway, I made it to the hotel fine, dried out my clothes, and ready for the next day. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and there'll be more to come. Thank you.